Welcome everyone for being here tonight. It's the first meeting of the new Rotary year, and at least here we have some thunderstorm warnings, but I don't think it's going to be a big issue right now. So anyway, so welcome everyone. We will start the meeting with July's birthdays and anniversaries. Sue.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, we have July 2nd, which happens to be today. Jessica and Charles are celebrating their second wedding anniversary. On July 15th, Rick Story will be having a birthday. And on July 19th, Lynn Coates will be having a birthday. So happy birthday to everyone and happy anniversary to Jessica and Charles. Back to you.
Thank you. So anyway, we have our two guests tonight that we're so excited to have here. We have Leah and we have Briar. And it's really impressive to be able to have two Global Scholar candidates here on one evening in our lovely little club. So I'm going to actually hand the meeting over to Sue so that she can introduce each of them, and we can have them talk to us about what's going on in their lives with the Global Scholar Program. So Sue?
Well, thank you again. And if you have any questions, I'm not sure if Leah would like you to ask them. Leah and Briar would like you to ask them during the presentation, but they will each have about 5 minutes for questions and answers after their presentation. We'll start with ladies first. And let me tell you that Leah Holt will be coming to London, Ontario from her home in the US, and she will be coming in August. She is going to study at the University of Western Ontario, which is now called Western University. I can't get that right. And she's going to tell us a little bit more about that. Let me just share with you that our club is her host club. And for each of our scholars, they have a club in their hometown area, which is called their international sponsor. And they have a club at the other end that they're traveling to, which is their host club. Seems a little backwards to me. So we will be hosting Leah, and you will all get to know her hopefully during the next year. So let's start with Leah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I did make a little presentation, so I'm going to share my screen now. So we can get started. Okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Everyone's perfect. Okay. So, my name is Leah Holt, and as Sue introduced, I am from the United States, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So just a little bit about who I am. I wanted to add a lot of pictures so you can kind of get to feel me a little bit more. I'm 24 years old. My sponsored club is District 6080 in Central Missouri. I have just recently graduated in May of this year. I come from a very, very large family, so I'm very family oriented. And I also have a lot of friends. So this is just some of my family and then a couple of my friends. I really enjoy looking at nature and being in nature and going on walks. This is actually me in Costa Rica when I was studying abroad. And I really, really like broccoli and ice cream, which seems really random, but, you know, I like to say that because I think it's balance. And there's me eating some ice cream. And I do enjoy volunteering and doing some community service and service projects. This is a picture of me and some classmates when we did some service projects in Costa Rica. And I like to do it back home as well, doing some food pantry stuff, and also like going back to where I went to primary school and helping out there and doing just different things around the community and the clubs and organizations that I'm involved with at school. And just a couple of values that I really find important is I find compassion, transparency, and growth to be very, very important. And yes, those are things that I have really worked on this previous year as well. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. So, where is home exactly for me? I am from the United States, but more specifically, I was born in Kansas City, Kansas, which is actually like right up here. We are on the border of Missouri and the state line of Missouri. So, I always grew up very familiar with Missouri, but I relocated to Missouri in 2015, where I would then go to school. And so this is actually a picture of my like hometown, but both of them I consider my home. So and a little bit more about my education. So I originally got an Associate of Arts in just general studies at Metropolitan Community College that was in Missouri as well. And then I went on to the University of Central Missouri where I received a Bachelor of Science in Health Studies. And I really had a community emphasis there where I received the Community Health Studies Student of the Year, which was really awesome. And in this, I would also join the Ronald E. McNair Scholars Program, which is a post baccalaureate prep program. So they essentially helped marginalized and underprivileged students be able to have the opportunity to learn about how to get into like postgraduate programs. And they also prepare you for research by allowing you to complete your first undergraduate research program through them and funding it for you. So I was one of few students that was chosen for that, and I was very thankful. And that is where I completed my first undergraduate research project, which was called Beyond the Statistics, and it was a phenomenological study on the lived experiences of teen pregnancy in Kansas City, specifically the area that I was from. And this is actually me presenting at a conference in Arizona this year. I was able to present this and also my second research project that I conducted while I was studying abroad in Costa Rica, which was titled Examining How the Macro System Influences Typical Development Across Costa Rica and the United States. So that was a group project I actually did with the psychology department, which was really awesome that I was able to complete that one abroad as well. So some of my future plans that I'm looking at doing, I am attending the Western University, which I'm super excited about, super excited to get to Canada, where I will be pursuing my Master of Public Health at Western. And then my interests are in public health now, and then in particular like disease prevention and treatment and like chronic illnesses, but I'm really open to all of the world of public health. I was I was really floored that I was able to align with so many different of the Rotary's like 7 main focuses. And it was actually someone at UCM that came to me while I was working in one of the offices and told me about the Rotary. There was quite a few Rotarians there, and they were like, "You should definitely be interested in this. We think you're an awesome candidate for the scholarship and just everything that we stand for. We've been hearing a lot of good things about you." Jackie Jackson, in particular, in my club, was a really good cheerleader for me through this. And yeah, so that's how I got into the Rotary as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics about me. So thank you all for listening, and I will now open the floor for questions.
Does anyone have a question? I do.
Yes.
In Costa Rica, your project, it talked about the macro system,
Mhm.
but I
Yes.
don't know what a macro system is.
Yes. So a macro system is essentially looking at all of what a person's environment is kind of built up of that affects their development is what we were looking at. So we were looking at like their culture, their resources, and just essentially like all of those things that influence them. It was based off of Brofenbrenner's, a psychologist, like model that he has, the ecological systems model. And so there's actually 7 of them, and the macro system is one of the broader ones. So there's a couple more that fall underneath it that include like more of like your personal and like your family type of thing. But the macro system encases all of those as well as just like your culture. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I say we learn something at every meeting. Any other questions? Well, while we're waiting for a question, I'm just going to explain something to our group. You may
Yes.
have heard that we cannot send a student to the US. So you're probably wondering how Leah got to come to Canada. And the difference is that Leah is in a district that is entirely in the US. We are in a district that is in partly Canada and partly the US.
Mhm.
So our students going out have to go to a country that isn't one of those. So in case that occurs to you later, that's the reason. David, you're smiling.
Mhm.
Well
Does anyone?
said. I got asked about having an Indigenous Global Scholarship that our district could sponsor recently for Ontario. And I said, if you find a district in the States that has no ties to Canada, go for it. That's exactly what happened here. And welcome, Leah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? So you're arriving in August,
Yes.
and do you already know where you're going to live?
Yes, I actually was able to obtain an apartment through the university, so it'll be on campus. But yeah, I've already got everything squared away with my living situation. So yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
that must be a load off your mind.
It is. It is. I haven't really done a lot of international travel, and um, I know that we're like neighbors, Canada and the United States, but still, it's definitely a big like step for me. So I am excited to have that part of it kind of off my
But
shoulders. Yes.
and you're going to be associated with a Rotary Club that has members from all over the place, not just London. So
Yes.
it's a little different than your traditional Rotary clubs, like your club at home. Probably everyone is from that community.
Mhm.
Whereas here on this screen, you've got Rick and I and Lynn, who are in London. Um, uh, David and Sue, you come to London. You come to London for work and stuff.
When I have to. Yeah. I was there today, but most of the time we're out here in Port Franks.
Yeah. So
So if
there's
you ever wants to come out where it's nice this fall, well, come on out and we'll show you where Grand Bend is.
Yes.
and there's
Or
a
Port
beach.
Franks.
There's a beach too.
And Leah,
Yes.
you know you to bring your winter boots, right?
Yes. I was actually talking to some people at Western about that. In Missouri and Kansas, we do have winters, but I'm sure
Yes.
they're nothing like Canadian winters.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Oh,
It'll
you'll have
be
a great
so
time.
much fun.
But we do get snow, so like it won't be like my first time ever seeing snow. But I am actually really excited. I don't mind winters, so
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
excited to see my first
Yeah.
snow.
we'll be
Losers
very,
and bias,
very
sir.
happy to meet you.
Yes.
We'll be happy to meet you, and thank you so much for your
Thank
presentation.
you.
I know
Of
Marion
course.
will have a little extra thank you in a minute, but we'll maybe hear from Briar first, if that works for everyone. So, Briar, you're going to be taking your umbrella as opposed to your snow boots, probably. And
Yes.
Briar is our candidate from our district. He is going to the UK, and he will be studying environmental landscape with sustainable and inclusive design, which nicely aligns with one of our areas of focus. He will be hosted by District 1100 in the UK. And Briar, will you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Absolutely. I have also prepared a presentation. So let me get that started here. Can everyone see it okay?
Not yet. There we go. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Just as a heads up, I am getting over a cold. So in case my voice cracks, no, it didn't. All right, what do we have here? Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. My name is Briar Pace, and I was invited here by Sue to present a bit about myself. For context, I am a student applying to the Global Grant Scholarship, and I hope you'll enjoy hearing about my path to landscape architecture. Just a little bit about me. I was born here in London, but mostly raised in St. Thomas. The things I like in no particular order include nature, my dogs, experiencing new foods, places, and events, and a nice iced coffee on a hot or cold day. Dislikes include being in the car for too long, stubbing my toe, and squirrels. It's like I was written by a dog. But my favorite movie, which was underrated at the time, is Batman vs. Superman from 2016. And my favorite quote is, "It's not about what it is, it's about what it can become," by Dr. Seuss. I'm a big fan of baking, so this reflects that perfectly. And some of my other likes and hobbies are included at the bottom, including campfires, the beach, mythology, and reading. I also really enjoy photography. I find it's a great way to notice the beauty and the common things and places around you. And it's also a useful skill in my work and school life because I need to know how to capture the appeal of a place in a still photograph. When it comes to my values, all of these have shaped the person I am today and allowed me to contribute more positively to the environments around me. This includes empathy, environmental responsibility, diversity and inclusion, integrity, ambition, and social justice. I also enjoy doing philanthropy and community involvement, and I've been involved with these organizations and community efforts around the area, among others. One that I had a lot of fun doing was starting the first ever food drive at the company I work at, where we were able to collect over 80 pounds of food this holiday season, which I think had a great impact on members of our community during the holidays. Up until this point, I've had a pretty diverse history of employment keeping me afloat. This includes being a department manager at a health clinic, helping Canadian Armed Forces members access their health benefits, and during the pandemic, I worked as a pharmacy technician. And in September 2021, I began my current undergraduate degree program, and that's when things started to change for me. I began to work in co-op placements and quickly realized that the jobs in my industry that I was now working were far more aligned with my passions and interests than I knew was possible. And a bit of a spark happened. This is where I started to realize that my education was opening the floodgates for a career that I was closer to enjoying because I was able to spend my time creating places that people actually want to visit. I'm currently working as an urban designer and planner, and it's helped me build the creativity I need to succeed in this industry in the future. Speaking of my education, this is the program I'm currently finishing. It's an honors bachelor of environmental design and planning, and it's a unique program because it combines the small class sizes and hands-on learning from college with the theoretical knowledge that's commonly learned from university. And the result is a program that teaches us how to succeed in continued learning pathways, but also in the workplace. I learned how evident this was when beginning both of my co-op placements and learning that they primarily hire graduates for my program alone. During my time in this program, I've been able to take courses about environmental psychology, architecture, renewable energy, urban design, and many, many more. Having all of these benefits has helped keep me motivated and ultimately contributed to my success in this program and my career thus far. And part of the reason why I wanted this program and started becoming more interested in nature is because this program specifically I felt was very creative. I get to choose plants and how to develop a space so that people can enjoy it. But I feel it's also very necessary, especially with climate change and the effects of that becoming more prominent, increasingly so over the years. And as I've gone through every single year of this 4-year program, it's become increasingly prevalent that I have a passion for nature and for designing with nature to create spaces that people enjoy. Another example of how well my program has prepared me for the future is in my achievements and awards so far. I've participated in 3 different international design competitions against graduate students, students of upper years, students from many different countries, and even against groups of students as an individual. And whether working as an individual or in a group, I've been recognized for those efforts, earning second place, People's Choice, and first place twice. I have the most awards in my program's history. I have the highest GPA in my class right now, and I'm earning the President's Honor Roll when I graduate in a month from now. So, after all of this, what's next? What I really want to ensure when I finish my undergraduate degree is, as best I can, I want to work against uncertainty and set myself up for success. And I also want to continue to challenge and push myself because that seems to be where I thrive. Ever since making the decision to put full-time work on hold and go back to school in 2021, I've done whatever it takes to set myself up for success, whether that was working 2 jobs each summer or networking even when it didn't feel natural to me. This is the next step in building myself a stronger future that will allow me the chance to feel fulfilled in my education and my career. So with this, I chose to pursue a master's degree in landscape architecture. But before I explain the program further, I should explain what landscape architecture actually is. It's difficult to depict exactly what landscape architecture is because it's so many things at once, but it's a STEM profession that combines science and design together to make our communities better places to live, work, and play. It requires years of education and work experience, followed by exams and becoming licensed after, like doctors or engineers, in order to keep people safe and secure. The images you see are examples of landscape architecture. The first is of Millennium Park in Chicago, which is known to be a place people want to visit for outdoor concerts or to take a photo with their famous Cloud Gate sculpture, also known incorrectly as the Bean. These are all places that combine natural features with indoor and outdoor environments to create places that are beneficial for people using nature. But it's not just about creating beautiful gardens and spaces. It has incredible environmental benefits like preserving ecosystems, creating climate resilient communities, purifying air, maintaining biodiversity, and many more. Not only can landscape architecture be used to create beautiful natural spaces like parks and public spaces, it can be used in the medical field at hospitals to create rehabilitation and healing gardens because science proves that being in these gardens can offer relief from symptoms, stress reduction, and an improvement in overall sense of well-being and hopefulness. Apart from this, landscape architecture can be used in the sciences by offering flood reduction and mitigating the effects of climate change. There's so much to this field that people don't realize, and at the end of the day, it's so necessary to have landscape architects supporting our communities. And on top of these, the field can be used to create landmarks, monuments, and tourist destinations. So the opportunities are endless when it comes to the environment. The program I'll be taking is 2 years long. However, I was accepted directly into the second year with advanced standing due to my previous work experience and education. Because of this, I'll be able to receive my master's degree in landscape architecture in only 12 months, when it would normally take me 3 years to complete the same education in one of the Canadian universities. This was a large reason for me applying and to consider studying here after I was accepted. So why the University of Gloucestershire? It has extremely high values towards sustainability and the environment and wants to achieve net zero operations by the year 2030, meaning that they'll be running completely on renewable energy and not causing harm to the environment within the next 5 years. They also have a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they have a global perspective that I can learn a lot from. Apart from this, the benefits of this program include that all graduates are offered work within months of graduation. It allows me to bring innovation and creativity into industries such as development and planning that aren't commonly known for that. And it allows me the chance to further my career as well as work on creativity, personal development, expression, and sustainability all at the same time. All of the courses I'll be taking are centered around aspects of the environment and how I can ensure that I can design with it in mind instead of unintentionally working against it. Overall, it's a really great program at a really fantastic school, and I really look forward to seeing how much I can learn there. Looking forward, my aims and goals include I want to deepen my expertise in sustainable and inclusive design. I want to focus on creating natural spaces that foster inclusiveness and sustainability, leading to a fulfilling career. I want to be prepared to advocate for responsible urban development, and I'd like to learn international strategies to use locally in Canada, eventually becoming a registered landscape architect, in Ontario. Eventually, after that, I'd like to become a professor and inspire the next group of landscape architects at my current college in my program. And overall, I'd just like to continue to make a lasting positive impact on my community in London and the surrounding areas, designing landscapes that improve environmental health and foster social well-being and resilience by reducing ecological footprints, improving the quality of life for marginalized communities, and promoting biodiversity overall. My 5 year plan includes graduating from my current undergraduate program in a month from now, and then starting my master's degree 1 month later. Once I complete that degree 1 year later, I'll return to Canada, find a job in my field, which I've already been consistently networking to find, and then I can begin the 24-month professional development period in order to become registered in the province of Ontario. Then once that's completed, I'll become a registered architect, landscape architect rather, where I can work in the public sector for municipality, the private sector for a company, or I can work for myself and freelance in order to create new environments that are meant for people. I hope this presentation may have told you what you may have been curious to know. I really appreciate you listening, and I welcome any questions you may have.
Would you stop sharing?
Oh, yes, sorry.
I
There
was
we go.
going to help you. I wasn't sure.
No,
So
that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Briar.
Of
And Lynn,
course.
I think, has a question.
Oh, Brian, I'm just really surprised. So you're going to get your master's in the UK, and then you come back, and then you've got to do another 24 months to qualify to practice in Ontario.
Yes, but that's just working in the field.
Oh, work
So,
like a co-op.
yes, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
not even a co-op. It could be like an actual normal job. It's not really going out of your way, which is nice. It's just I'm
okay,
already going to be working a job that I would like to do. I just need to do that for 24 months and then I can become qualified or registered.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Calling it apprenticeship then.
Basically, yeah. So what's nice is that I can do this 1 year program. I can come back and do the 2 year apprenticeship, let's say, all in the exact same time that it would normally take someone to even just finish that same education in Canada. So even though it's a bit more expensive to go overseas and do it in the UK, I would be saving 2 years of my life, which ultimately is worth a lot more than any of that combined. So
Good for you.
thank you,
Best.
Any questions? David.
Dave.
So, Brian, I just wanted to again congratulate you, even though it's not finalized.
Thank you.
I'll let you know that the last 2 weeks of June, they talk about the NHL trade deadline frenzy going on the last couple of days. Well, I went through the global scholarship and the global grants that we were out with it. We were one time $3,000 in the hole that we didn't have enough money because we were trying to push something like $80,000 worth of grants across the final pushing line.
Oh, wow.
And as it is, yours is still there. It's
Okay.
just they're very busy.
It's all
They
good.
went out to Calgary for a week for a conference, which kind of took some of the players out of the field. But anyways, happy to see you. This is District 6330's first Global Scholar for the environment. The environment
Ooh,
area focus came up a few years ago, and you're our number one. So
I'm honored.
make us
Whether I
proud.
get it or not, I will. Absolutely, I'll make you proud.
I think it's just a matter of them processing. I know they're quite busy. Uh,
Thank you.
so once we get it done, what I do want to do is invite you back for a check presentation at your sponsor club, the Rotary Club of London, and
Perfect.
we can go through and do the same presentation, but you'll have to be in person because
Okay.
they're not virtual. And we would love to have you come back and do a presentation there. But again,
Perfect.
thank you both, Leah and Briar, for coming forward. You're going to have a time of your life. If you get a chance, even when you're in England, go and see different Rotary clubs, just in not just your host one. And same, Leah, for you. There's lots of clubs in the London area that I think we would be remiss not to have you attend so that we gather an understanding of the impact Rotary is having when it comes to scholarships. So please,
100%.
please go there and help us, okay?
Very cute
Oh yeah,
dog.
that was Harley.
Thank you.
That's our
Harley?
16-year-old dog.
Uh,
I already took reason I shut the door or shut the camera off and the sound was because he has a tendency he wants to be outside now. He says it's nice and sunny and warm. What are we
I
doing
get it.
inside?
And he
Me too.
whines. Whines.
And I said, Leah and Briar are entertaining here.
That's too funny.
So I'm going to take him outside. Susan can sit here. But again, thank you both for considering the program with Rotary. We really appreciate you, and we're looking forward to seeing you blossom. And guess what? You will remember this, and you'll keep in contact with us. So you've got new friends.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, David. Any other questions? Well, Briar, I really appreciated in your presentation. I thought the words macro system, they just kept popping into my head. Thank you, Leah, for that. And I think the both of you, you both are wanting us to promote healthier us, healthier world, healthier, and through medicine, but also through things we can do with the environment. I think these are very important. And I'm so happy that you were both here today. Any other questions? We do have a couple of minutes. And you know what I found myself thinking as you were both speaking was they're never going to come home. They're going to take their talents and they're going to take them. They're going to fall in love with these other places. Now that's okay, Leah, because the other place is here.
Yeah.
Right.
But And then Briar said you'd be coming back, and that was nice.
It's
Leah,
so
what do you
funny.
think? Are
So
you
many
coming?
people have said that, but I do not want to be in a place where it's raining all the time. So I will be coming back to Canada.
Yes.
Just think of
I'm
the
actually
opportunities for
going
things to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leah,
I
will you
have
be going back home too?
that is the plan as of now, but I'm actually not sure. When I was in the process of applying to the different schools, I was also looking at the UK. I was looking in London there, though.
I see. I see. The
Yes.
real
So
London.
yes. Yes. So
That's funny.
my last two options were the Imperial College of London or Western University, and ultimately I was like, I want to go to Western. So
You made
yeah,
a
I
good
don't know.
choice.
We
Yes.
won.
Yes. But yes, I have heard nothing but good things about Canada, so I'm really excited to see what it's like. And I mean, if it becomes a second home, it becomes a second home.
Well, we're going to be living vicariously through both of you, and we look forward to you keeping us updated. And at this point, if there's no other questions, then I'm going to turn it back to our president, Marion, and she'll take it from here.
Oh, and I was just enjoying so much having you take care of all this.
Well, I figured
Oh,
that you'd be thanking the speakers, so I didn't want to
yes,
steal your thunder.
I am very impressed with both of our young people here tonight. Um, having been in a club previously where we had an outgoing global scholar, at that time it was called ambassadorial scholar, who went to Chichester, England.
Wow.
And knowing how huge of an impact that can have on your life. By the way, she ended up going to Africa afterwards to work there, and she really, that the experience was what helped her to get to do what she really wanted to do. So it was wonderful. So I look so forward to seeing the two of you take advantage of this opportunity with both hands and embrace it and enjoy it. Go out there and make the most of what you've got, because you got a lot, both of you got a lot going for you.
Thank you.
And we are so proud to have you both going through this program and being a part of our Rotary family. So keep in mind, anywhere you are, anywhere in the world, you are part of the Rotary family. So you always have people you can look for if you are in problems, if you need help. You know there's family there for you. And we hope that you will have the opportunity to come back and tell us about how things are going with you, and in the future to keep in touch with us. Yes. And so thank you both so much for being here tonight. And it's been lovely. It's been really lovely. And yeah, we all look forward to vicariously living through you and your futures.
Thank you so much for having me, and Briar as well.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you both. So we're going to move on before I start getting all snorkely here. And the next thing on our agenda is now, the two of you don't know it, but it's called Did You Know? And we have this thing where we give things about ourselves to the club and let them try to guess who it is. So Sue, I'm handing it back to you because you have to go over last month's.
I do. And the question in June was, did you know when I was no older than 10, I played the national anthem on a grand piano to start a large public meeting at the public library? Who am I? And I am very happy to say that we had somebody guess correctly. In fact, Nancy and George guessed Kitty, and they were correct. Now, when Kitty gave me this question, it was a lot longer than what I've just read you. And you would have known it was her because it was so wordy. So I had to trim it down. And that's why most of you were not able to guess it. This is the question for July. Did you know I once attended a plowing match and learned that sandals are a bad footwear choice? Who am I? And I will let you send the guesses. And I'll now return things back to Marion.
That's a good one. I gotta think about that one. Anyway, okay, so remember when you get your minutes, send Sue your guess on who it is. So we're going to go on to the next thing on the agenda, and that's our happy notes. So Rick, it's up to you now.
But sure, for a guy like me, looking for happiness. And anyway, I get a lot of happiness or just a bit of happiness. I laugh, I giggle, whatever you can do. Who's happy here tonight? Yes, Lynn. And
I'm
then
really happy. At this point, we'll see what happens. In August, the 3rd, 5th, and 6th, Rick and I, Tori and Kathy, are going to be renting a canal boat. And we are going to do a little tour on the Rideau Canal. Now, it was just one of those things. Let's give it a go. And so it's all been finalized. And I don't, some of you know, I'm claustrophobic. So to get me on a little boat. So we ended up renting from La Boat. They're big in Europe and they've come to Canada. They've been here about now 4 or 5 years. So it's a 40-foot long boat and has 4 cabins and 4 bathrooms. So surely I'll be able to find a little bed and windows, and this one's got windows and all that good stuff. So I think I'll be okay.
And it's just the 4 of you?
Just the 4 of us. It will sleep, as I said, 10 people or 8. And we'll give it a go. It's got thrusters, whatever the hell that means, on the boat. Kathy, my daughter-in-law, has sailed competitively, so she knows how to navigate the waterways and all that good stuff. She's going to be the captain. My husband Rick is going to be the first mate. Tori and I are just going to be the event planners. So we'll see. It's only for 3 nights and 4 days. So looking forward to seeing the Rideau.
so how many times has you sailed the Rideau Canal? Or is sailing a canal different than sailing a lake or an ocean?
Well, yeah, no.
It makes you wonder if it's competitive.
No, it's going through all the locks and all that stuff. She knows how far we'll go and all that good stuff. Yeah, no, she's
Okay. I got a map because it's like a highway, right? You're stuck on the road.
Well, that's what it is. And you can't speed because apparently they've got a governor on it. So you don't do any more than 10 nautical knots or whatever the hell that is. On it. So you're not going to be going like 90 up the middle of the canal and through the lock. So it'll be slow but lovely. The pictures look amazing. So
will there be any punishments like keel hauling or things like that?
Well, you never know with this group,
I look forward to the reports on it.
I will give a presentation and pictures will be shown. So yes, we're gonna see if we remain a family after 3 nights on a boat.
Oh, if you sink it, that'd be kind of neat. How deep is that canal? I wonder. Anyway,
I have no idea. It's
you find these things out. Just it's not important. It's not important.
That was just my happy note. We're doing a vacation together with the girls.
Okay. We're happy for it.
Sue?
Briar was first, and then Sue.
I went into school today because I am working on a self-led project this summer semester, and my professors only had great feedback for me, so that made me very happy.
Yes.
The little wins.
I don't know because I didn't have anybody give me feedback like that. So personally, I just have to guess what that feels like. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sue.
Oh, I was just going to say Marion's probably happy because Lynn can be the speaker in September.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's right.
And you can find out whether the boat actually made it, or the crew actually made it, or at what point did it sink.
Oh, Rick.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Remember, when you step on that boat, will this boat sink? And how deep is the canal?
Ay, ay, ay.
Looking forward. Looking
Just
forward.
ignore him, Lynn.
These questions just bubble up in my mind when people go on vacation. Who else has a happy moment that you wish to share? Maybe.
Yeah, I received some beautiful flowers last week when Sue and Rick came over for a hub over here in Thamesville. We went out to Tim Hortons and had a lovely time. Thank God they have air conditioning because that was one of those really, really hot days. So, yeah, so we enjoyed ourselves very much and wanted to thank the club for the beautiful flowers.
But you're quite welcome. You do such a great job. Okay, then the Ottawells. How come you're happy? Oh, there's the game, but you can't double up on that.
Well, we probably will double up tonight. Yeah, we both had a great week last week. We had our daughter's visit, and I say that because we don't very often just get the two of them without a spouse or family of kids and so on. So we had a really, really nice visit with them because our youngest daughter had flown in for a school reunion the weekend before, so stayed. But the other big news, and from our youngest daughter, who you've probably heard me talk, is in California, been there since 2019, and they just received word yesterday, well, actually in time for Canada Day, that they got their permanent residency. And I say that because it is such a process. And they were told by their immigration lawyer 3 to 5 years, and they were able to have it done in a year and a half, which is something because their oldest one is coming on to wanting to go out into the world. So it's a big deal.
Yes,
And
it's
we're
a big
pretty
deal.
happy because now they're not on probation anymore.
Yeah, that could be kind of troublesome. I understand.
Yeah, a little. We joked it was probation, not really. It was just, trying
Yeah.
to cross borders with, yeah,
Yes.
when you live in the US as a Canadian, it was
Yeah.
a little
Yes.
tricky.
Yes, it is these days. Anyway, Lillian, what are you going to be happy about? No, she just stares at me.
Well, I typically try to go into Brittany's on Wednesdays to help her out with all her freaking babies. And the boys, the twins, finally, for the first time said, "Hello, Mimi." So that was kind of special because they are pretty quiet. They don't say much to me. So
One day they'll be talking too much. I just know.
Yeah, that's a limited time offer there.
I know.
Quiet.
Leah, what can you be happy about today?
I am happy about, I've been trying a lot of new recipes lately and they've all been turning out really good. And so I have some really good leftovers to look forward to that include broccoli. So I'm really happy.
It's kind of interesting
what kind of foods do
because
you cook, Leah?
Sorry, what was that?
What kind of foods do you cook?
Oh, so recently I've been trying my hand at like baking from scratch. So I made like this sweet potato like cornbread thing that was pretty good. And then I've also made baked mac and cheese and then a beef brisket. So yeah, it's very Midwestern. But yes. And I had broccoli.
Sounds great.
and I will tell someone else. Oh, Susan, you got one more thing?
Are you going to talk about cleaning out the garage or am I?
I was going to do that, Susan.
Okay, you go.
Susan is very happy, not necessarily me. Susan is very happy because she's cleaning out the garage and she's asking me questions like, "What do you need this for?" And if I don't answer within 15 seconds, out it goes. Because apparently there's some kind of a joy thing. If you don't find joy in something, out it goes. Such things as she found a hatchet, which I've never used. I didn't even know I had it. So out it went. So I thought maybe the other hatchets I have can go now too, because that was their friend, and that was kind of interesting. So right now our yard is full of stuff because we have this. What's that site called, Susan?
Buy Nothing group.
Buy Nothing group. So if you put it out there and someone wants it, they come and get it. So we got all sorts of things out our front lawn right now with little names on it. Hopefully people will come and get it. Now, and the neighbor came in and he's ripping half my stuff off. And Susan said, he doesn't need that anymore. That toolbox, what does he need it for? He can hardly walk. So there he goes, and things like that. But then again, happy wife, happy life. So there you go. And so therefore, I am. Back to you, Mary.
Actually, I have a happy that's a real happy. So I don't know if I used this one last month. When did we buy the scooter? Did I use that for last month's happy buck?
Yeah.
Anyway, Rick has a new scooter, and so he can when we go for walks, he can go faster than me now. Oh, yeah. And he can make it that I have to jog along beside him if he's being mean.
I'm just trying to make her healthier.
And we've been doing scooter races with my sister. So that makes me very happy.
You gotta get a more powerful scooter. No doubt about it.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, thank you, Rick. Just see racing down the sidewalk. Just okay.
That's me. That's me.
Well, thank you all. That was really fun. So before we end our meeting, we're going to remember the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And of course, the fifth, unwritten,
will it be fun?
Fun. So thank you all for being here tonight. It's been a lovely meeting, and I hope to see everybody next time. And enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week, and remember our Rotary family. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Briar. Have a great time, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. So we're adjourned.